We are live.
Hey, Chaim, how's it going? Baruch.
Say hello to
Just
all your
squish them
watchers.
like an
Did
end.
already once already today.
You know,
Shalom.
why Jacobson? I watch him sometimes live.
Why? Why?
Sometimes it could be 20 minutes until he starts his actual share.
So we're
You
good.
hear him talking to the guys.
All right. We're not as chashav as Reb YY. We gotta go. Daf Chavav. Daf Chavav. We had in the Mishnah a three-way machloikis. If a person was magdish his field and he didn't redeem it before Yovel, what happens to the field? So we had Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Shimon, that the Kohanim receive it either for free or they have to pay for it. That's their machlokes. Then you have Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer says that the Kohanim don't touch it. They don't get it. Rabbi Eliezer, but you says Rabbi Eliezer? No, it's gears to change here.
I'm a rabbi, my time is Rabbi Eliezer.
Okay. That means it's Rabbi Eliezer. I trust him better. What does it say by you in the art scroll? Rabbi Eliezer. It's changed to Rabbi Eliezer. Okay. Omar Rabbi, my time of the Rabbi Eliezer, Omar Kro, Vim lo yigal es hasoda, lo yigo eloid. Oh, Rabbi Yisai, we're starting off with a beautiful graphic. This is the pasuk. The pasuk is Vim lo yigal es hasoda, and the blue is the continuation of the pasuk. What he's doing is he's going from red to red. He's ignoring the blue part. Vim lo yigal es hasoda, if the original owner doesn't redeem his field, lo yigo eloid. I'm going to explain why there's a knife here, because that's what Abaye says. There's a knife. Basically, you're cutting up the pasuk. The pasuk doesn't say lo yigol on the red. The pasuk says lo yigol on the blue as well. And then he says that the blue over here, the second part of the first pasuk, pasuk chav, goes with pasuk chav aleph. And if a gizber sells it to somebody else, la koyin tiach uzosoi. So it's a whole mishkabab going on. Yishkoyach.
So somebody else, it goes back to the Kohanim at Yovel.
Yeah. So let's see it inside. If he didn't redeem the field, he can't redeem it any longer. Okay. It doesn't go anywhere. In other words, Rabbi Eliezer holds that it doesn't go to the Kohanim. You have a big, large knife, cutting the pasuk, dividing it up in different ways that it's not mistaber. Now, Rabbi Yisai, I have a treat for you. It's a really good Daf Yomi treat. The next Amud, all the way to the bottom, is repeated word for word on Amud Beis. So if we read this properly and we understand it, then on Amud Beis it will fly. The guys that walk in late are not going to chab why we're flying. But too bad. Okay. What? Yeah, they're watching. You hear Noam? You don't hear. I guess those two. Noam and Avi. The next 30 lines are going to be repeated word for word. 30 lines. It's a first. 30 lines are going to be repeated word for word on Amud Beis. So don't expect me to go slow on Amud Beis. If you see me flying.
What were the first 5 lines?
You see him flying, don't start crying.
Hello, by the time of the Rebbe Lozor, Kedusaya, Lo Yigol. Yochon Lo Yitia Nigeles, Shetei Lefonov Kizdei Mikno. Says Abai like this. We're on Chavav Amud Aleph. We're trying to understand what is the pshat in Rebbe Eliezer. Why does Rebbe Eliezer say that if somebody does not redeem his field before Yovel, it doesn't go to the Kohanim, it stays as is until somebody redeems it. If nobody redeems it, what is it called? Azdei Retushim. And if he doesn't redeem it after 50 years again, another 50 years go by, it's Retushim.
He's definitely not redeeming it again.
Yeah, he's mishpacha.
So So it goes back to the
I would think the wording is a little bit interesting. It's Gemara language. I would think that you can't even redeem it as they mikna. What's going on here? I would think that this person is punished. We penalize him. He can't redeem his own field. Period. Talmud loymar. So, in other words, he loses his schus to redeem. Once a person gave it up, he can't redeem it. Talmud loymar. Oid. Likamoisha hoisayin in nigeles. Aval nigeles shetelefonov kizdei mikna. He can't redeem it to the point where he doesn't get it b'chlal. He doesn't redeem it to where it goes back to azdei achuz, that goes back into his family's estate. But it says they mikna. Emas. What is going on here? If we're talking about before Yovel, Rabbi Isai, of course a person can redeem his own field. So we're talking about after Yovel. If we're talking about after Yovel, here's a beautiful raya to Rabbi Lazar that once Yovel comes, it doesn't go to the Kohanim, because if it went to the Kohanim, how would you be able to redeem it? Yeah? No? Let's go back. Hello, Amar Abaye. No questions now. Hold on a second. Hold. Maybe it's because of the question that everybody got confused. Hello, Amar Abaye. Time of the Belozik Desanya. Lo Yigoel. I got everybody excited that these all 30 lines are going to be this, and then it says in the pasuk Lo Yigoel. Okay, you cannot redeem it. Here, you missed a beautiful graphic. All 5 of you guys that just came. Sakina Charifa. You even know what it is. It says in the pasuk Vim Lo Yigoel, and if he doesn't redeem it, the owner Lo Yigoel oid. Lo Yigal. You're right. Vim Lo Yigal es hasada Lo Yigoel oid. Abai doesn't like this, that you take the red and put it with the red. There's a whole pasuk in between, and then you take the blue and you put it with the blue. What's going on here? Right? This is pasuk Chaf, from here all the way to here. This is pasuk Chaf Aleph on the bottom. The first pshat in the Gemara is that if Lo Yigal, if the guy doesn't do Geula, what's going to happen? Lo Yigal, he's out. And then what about this part of the pasuk? V'mocher sasad, if the gizber sells it, then lakoyin tiyach uzasay. So this part goes with this part goes with this. Sakina charifa. Abai says his own pshat. Lo yigoel. On these words right over here, not lo yigal. Lo yigoel. Yochol lo yitien ingeles shetei lefonum k'zdei mikna. Maybe this guy loses everything. The original owner, maybe we would have a havamina. He can't even buy it as a regular buyer. Yeah? A regular buyer. Why not? For whatever reason. That's what the pasuk is telling us. Lo yigal. He doesn't have any rights anymore. He can't even buy it as a regular. What does it mean, a regular buyer? That when the next Yovel comes around, Yovel number 2 comes around, it will revert back to the Beis HaMikdash, it will revert back to the Kohanim. Maybe it shouldn't even be a Zdei Mikna. Zdei Achuzah, forget about it. Yovel came and went, he's done with Zdei Achuzah, it never goes back in this. But maybe even a Zdei Mikna Shanat. Talmud loymar, oid. He can't do a Zdei Achuzah. You're right, he can't bring it back into his family's possession. Aval nigeles, shtei lefonov, kizdei mikna. But he can bring it, he could buy it at least temporarily until the next Yovel. Now the Gemara says, Emas. We're still trying to prove, where did Rebbe Lazar get his idea that when Yovel comes, nothing happens? What? Yeah, it's a little bit of a Sakina Charifa, but it's more Muchach in the pasuk. That's what they say. They talk about it. Let's not go into that. But it's like Mashma Mamish Mefurish in the pasuk like that. That's what they say. Emas. Ile me bi Yovel Rishoin amayin in Gelas. If you're talking about before Yovel, then why would I have a havamina that the owner can't redeem his own field? Not only can he redeem it, but if the owner redeems it, what happens? Nothing happened, then it goes back into his family's possession, everything's great. So I never had a havamina that the owner himself, the original owner, can't redeem his field before Yovel. Elamai, we're talking about the second Yovel. Yovel 1 came and went, and what happened to the field when Yovel came? According to Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Shimon, it goes to the Kohanim. According to one, you have to pay for it. According to the other one, you don't have to pay. But it went to the Kohanim. Something happened by Yovel. But according to this Bryce over here, it's mashman, nothing happened. The field just is waiting for somebody to do something. Ulaman. Eli Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Shimon. According to Rabbi Yehuda, you have to pay for it. According to Rabbi Shimon, it just goes for free. But if they both hold that it goes to the Kohanim, l'Kohanim nafka. And this guy, the original owner, has zero schusim over here. His schus went bye-bye. It goes to the Kohanim. Once it goes to the Kohanim, it's as if it was never his. Elolav Rebbe Lazar. So you have to say that this brayso goes according to Rebbe Lazar. Ushma mino time Rebbe Lazar mehacha. So the word oid, what does the oid tell me? It tells me it doesn't become as the achuza, but it becomes as the mikna. So the guy does have some sort of right that after Yovel, the field is screaming, somebody take me, nobody wants it. If the original owner comes along and pays hegdish, whatever he pays, then it becomes his as is the mikna. Meaning it's his temporarily until the following Yovel.
So he can force the guy to sell it?
Oh, hold on. Time out. This we need a special video of.
Asking when.
As he comes in with his headset and his video. Okay, Gival, what are you asking?
I saw the second.
Oh, you saw the second Acharif. Okay, very good. Oh, yeah, sorry. I had to do that. Yeah. What are you asking?
We just lost a viewer.
I'm asking.
It's him. He just clicked off. He's here.
It means that he can force the buy it back. Stay mikneh as a stay mikneh.
Is they mikneh for? It's no, but right now it's owned by Hegdish. It's the Gizber that owns it. Hegdish owns it, and he buys it off of Hegdish. He buys it off of Hegdish, but it's not his forever. It's just a bought field. What happens when you buy a field, Rabbi Sai? What happens when you buy a field from your friend? Buy a field. He has a zdei achuza. It's in his family for 200 years. You go and you buy the field from him. What happens to it?
Goes back in Nobel.
It goes back in Yovel. It goes back to the original owner. By the way, Menachem, those 2 years that you're talking about is in his day mikna. If somebody buys a field from you, stam, his day mikna, you can't buy it back from him for 2 years. Those are the 2 years. That's a mafurish pasuk. I know, whatever. Yeah? So that's the halacha. There's a 2 year, what?
No.
What is it called? Whatever. What's the word? 2 years you can't buy the field. He gets a minimum of 2 years. But nothing to do with today. Elalav, yes, 2 years. That's a good one. Elalav, Rebbe Lazar, Ushmamino time of Rebbe Lazar mahacha. Fine. So we have a source for Rebbe Lazar temporarily from the word oid that it doesn't go. This field doesn't go to the Kohanim. It just stays as is, and in fact, the original owner could go and purchase it from Hegdish. Ask the Gemara, "V'tizber Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Shimon, hay oid my dar shebei." According to that, what do we do with the word oid? According to Rabbi, very good, you explained Rabbi Lazar, but there's an extra word oid. What do Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Shimon do with it? And because of this question, we just destroy the whole right that we had until now. When did it go to Kohanim? It went in Yovel. So what do we have? We have step one. We have a guy that owns a field. He donated to the Mizbeah, to the Bedek Habayis. Step two is Yovel shows up, so it goes to Kohanim. Vigdisha Kohen. Step four is that the Kohen took it and was magdish it. Here I have the steps here.
So it's a much
They're very simple steps. I don't want to confuse anybody. It could be small chelik. It could be that there was 100 fields and he got a full field.
I'm saying smaller than what the original violin was made.
Why? Who told you?
Because it got split up between the...
No, I just told you. There's 100 fields that fell into the Beis HaMikdash. There's only 100 guys in the Mishmar. Each guy walked away with the whole field. It happens to be that his field is this guy's field.
100 different people were Makdash.
Yeah. In Klal Yisrael, there's 100 Magdishim. Yovel came, nobody redeemed them. There's 100 fields that fell. They said, why should I get 1 meter? But what am I going to do with it? He himself said, you need a big field to buy a big tractor. So I'm going to get this giant field. You're going to get that giant field. And everybody Shalom Yisrael. Anyways, the Bailam owned it. He gave it to the Bedek Habayis. So the Gizber has it. Some guy came along and bought it from the Gizber. And then what happens? It goes back to the Kohanim and Yovel. Then the Kohen this Kohen and Yovel went and was magdish it again to the Beis HaMikdash. That's what you have to say. This Kohen gave it to the
After the first Rebbe?
after the first Yovel.
makdish it and then he bought
And then the Bailam comes along and buys it off the Hegdish. After Yovel happens. That's this case.
70 years later.
He buys it for 50.
No, it could be 2 years later. He sold it 2 years before Yovel.
51 years.
No, he bought it. He gave it. It was
Second Yovel. It's the second Yovel.
No.
Yeah, it went from the
No. He bought it in between. He bought it before the second year. He bought it on the first year of the first
Not
Yovel.
the first Bible. That's my point.
Yeah, it is the first Bailam.
So then it's at least 52.
No, it's a year after Yovel.
Before Yovel. And then after Yovel.
After Yovel comes along and he buys it off of Bezdin. You're gonna love my second chart.
We love it already.
No, this is okay. But then I ran out of time. This is an 8-step one. So what do you do when you run out of time? I just took my magic mark and I erased and I stuck in 7, 6. You'll see. I don't want to ruin it, but I'm just explaining why. To make these boxes is not simple. Levi will tell. Where is he? Oh, here. Because now I just remember one time I had a bunch of boxes. He made a comment. Rabbi, I have to say, no, I'm not. This is not a joke. I got locked out of my computer again at the wrong time, and my good friend Gershon was in Yerushalayim. So I had to wait for him until 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock in the morning, knock on the door. Shalom Aleichem. He's here to fix the computer. No, I'm saying it's unbelievable. I was very misragish that he's so dedicated. Water spilled on my computer, and I could only get it with my finger, and my finger it didn't recognize it. It was really bad, a bad situation. Anyways, he was there till 1:30. He was able to fix it. He figured out how to get in without my finger, and Baruch Hashem, it worked. But I'm saying no, I'm not kidding. It's a mamish dedication. I was very nispol. And then he's here. You'd think that he wouldn't be here in the morning, but he's here.
1:30 in the morning. What are you trying to tell us?
Huh?
So
No. Here. You want to know why water spilled on my computer?
Okay.
For the same reason, Yeshua Berman is doing listen to this now.
Event.
Yeshua Berman is doing an event in my house. Thursday night. I set up the whole table last night. And he told me 10 times, it's not this week, it's next week. For whatever reason, I went, we bought all the stuff. Chaim Korvelus shows up and like, where's the oilam? Where's the oilam? Then we look in the thing, it's next week. So he said, with that kind of mindset, it's very easy to spill and to get locked out. It's not. Anyways. Yeah, Rabbi Isai. You have to understand that this Bailam comes after Yovel. He's over here. He's in step number 6. First he owns it, then he gives it to the Hegdish, then Hegdish gives it to somebody else, to mamish a random person. Then Yovel comes. Over here it's supposed to say Yovel. By the way, maybe on the picture that Gershon's going to put online, it already says Yovel over here, but I couldn't print it again. Yovel comes, it goes to the Kohen. The Kohen takes it, no amassed, but it's small because he divides between 100 Kohanim. You're right. Either it's a small piece or they decided this guy could have the whole field. He takes it. He donates it to the Beis Hamikdash again after Yovel. Comes the original Bailam and says, wait a minute, I like this field, let me take it. But what is he? How is he taking it? Not like it's the Achuzah. By the way, if nobody understands this, it's fine, because we're going to do this word for word again on Amud Beis. That's where the word oid comes. That he could buy it, he could purchase it. After Yovel, he could purchase it as is they mikna, as a regular buyer. It'll never go back to being as the Achuzah. Avanegeles, what?
very close to the Yovel.
With Yovel, yeah, with my hand. Avanegeles telefonov kizdei mikna. So what's the problem? At Kolponim, we don't have a source for Rebbe Lazar. Going back to the original thing. We had a source a second ago that said from the word oid, we see that nothing happens to the field, it doesn't go to the Koyanim, and now we're saying no, from the word oid, it's giving us this whole drush over here, but we don't have a source for Rebbe Lazar. How does Rebbe Lazar know that when Yovel comes and nobody was goyal it remains as is, and it does not go to the Koyanim? He's mechuluk on Rebbe Yehuda and Rebbe Shimon. Here comes an Vasanya. It's a raya that what? Here's this case. We'll pull out the case just for fun. Oh, over here I did put Yovel. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't. I just to start shrinking is not enough time in the day. Whatever. Before. No, it was before Shir. I couldn't do it. Here, number 5, right over here. We have to say that after the Kohen had it, got it. This Acher guy An individual, another, here you have a number 3, a acher buys it from the gizbar. A new acher comes and buys it from a kohen. That acher gives it, donates it, so that's number 6. I was able to switch the 5 to 6, not such a big deal. Step number 7 is somebody comes and redeems it, and now it doesn't revert to the bailam, it goes to a kohen. The brisa basically is saying the same thing as this, just sticking in two extra steps, but the point is the same. That the bailam is no longer a bailam. He's a bailam in step number 1. He lost his bailam. So it doesn't go back to his family ever again once number 4 happens, yovel happens. So it goes to the kohen, that's it. Vatanya, what?
Even if he buys it as a miknah, it will go back to the kohen.
Yeah, that is his day miknah. Day miknah means I buy it, but at the end of the day it goes back to the kohen. That's his day miknah. Or to the original owner, but he's not the original owner anymore, the kohen is the original owner. That's exactly what's happening here. Who is the original owner? Rabbi is saying this 8-step case, who's the original owner? As far as we're concerned, not this guy. This guy's gone. There's a lot of different owners since him. So the original owner is the kohen on yovel. The guy that steps in on yovel, he's the original owner, so it becomes his day miknah. So the miknah goes back to the original owner. Who's the original owner? The kohen, not the bailam. Zog the Gemara, Vatanya, b'shnas hayovel yoshev as-sadel asher kano mi'itoi. It goes back to who? Yachol yachzor la gizbar shelakachem mimenu. Maybe it should go back to the gizbar in Beis Hamikdash tameloim al asher loy achuz as haaretz, the one that has an achuzah here. Ask the Gemara, yoim al asher loy achuz as haaretz, matam loim al asher kano mi'itoi. What do we have? 2 psukim. Give it back to the one you bought it from, and give it back to the one that has achuz as haaretz. Each one comes to tell us a chiddush. Sadash yotzas lekoyanim umachra koyin. It went to the koyin in step number 4, and then the koyin sold it. V'igdisha loikeach, and the one that bought it from the koyin gave it to the bedek habayis. That's step number 6. V'igdisha loikeach ugoala acher. And by the way, I was learning the chavrusa. I said we got to write this down. No, what are you crazy? Why would you write something like this down? It's part of the yeah. It's only 8 steps. I don't know mamish don't chab why you're writing this down. So think it goes all the way back to step number 1 to the Bible. Okay. So even if the Bailam were the ones that did the Geula here, no, it goes back to the Kohen. It stays. If it just says lo yigol, it doesn't go back at all. Why? It stays by the kohen, and it says in the pasuk le kohen tiyeh chuzasoi. So it should stay there. But over here in the other case, that it goes back, it jumps back, it leaves him. So why, mechates, if it leaves this guy, why should it go over here? Maybe it should go all the way back over here. It's already leaving, it's already moving around. Let it go all the way back to the original. The kohen who bought it.
Even though the kohen didn't buy it, right? He got it by yovel.
Yeah, but he was kohenet. He made a kinyan in it.
If somebody stumbles and the guy didn't redeem it after 50 years?
What?
Is it the same, the Arachin involved?
Is it the same?
Sold a field and the guy didn't redeem it after 50 years?
Yeah.
Then the second guy...
If he didn't redeem after 50 years, machlokes, 3-way machlokes, what happens? Yeah. So what are you asking?
So where does it go after that 50 years? The guy doesn't redeem it, then can he redeem it again?
There's a 3-way machlokes. That's the Mishnah. 2 Umadorim say it goes to the Kohanim, and Rebbe Loza says it just stays there. It waits until somebody does something with it. Otherwise, it's a retushim. Because Rachmana Lasher Kano, the Loiko Yahabe Balim Dmei. Why should it go back to the original owner if in this case, in the 6-step case over here, there's no money exchanged? Bailim goes to he donated it. It goes, somebody else jumped in and got it. It went to the Kohen. The Kohen donates it to the Gizbar. Okay, so why should the Bailim, maybe that's why in this case where the Bailim gives money, maybe it should go back to the Bailim. Over here, What's the final case? That the Bailam went and tried to redeem it. So if you try to redeem it, maybe it should revert back to the Bailam. Because because the Bailam were not the ones that redeemed it. But in this case, that the final step was the Bailam did redeem it. Take him b'yadayu, it should turn into ozdei achuza because he paid for it. Because it remains in his hands only as ozdei mikna, not as ozdei achuza. Because of oid, the word oid have amina loy tifra klal. Maybe he shouldn't have any schus to redeem it even as ozdei mikna. Zero. Lo yigal, it says in the Torah. You shouldn't be able to redeem it b'chlal. Forget about ozdei achuza. That for sure not. But maybe even as they mikno, you shouldn't have the right. It can't go back to zdei achuza. It does go back to zdei mikno. He gets to use it up until Yovel. The bottom line is we don't have a source for Belazar's halacha that when Yovel comes and nobody redeemed it, it stays as it's a retution. It's no one's. Omar Rava, Omar Kro, V'hoya hasode b'tseisoi b'yovel. When it went out to somebody else, b'tseisoi miyad acher. When it went out, then I could redeem it. But if it didn't go out, it just nobody redeemed it. Then it stays as is, and there's nothing here. Now we're going to do Chazar Sashir on everything we just learned, all the way basically to where it becomes wide lines. But with a different, the Gemara asks a question, and Memela, the Gemara brings the whole sugya. According to Rebbe Lazar, that says what? That if you don't do anything, if nobody redeems the field, so again, what's the case? You have a person that was Magdish a field, and he could redeem it before Yovel, but he didn't redeem it before Yovel. The Kohanim didn't redeem it. Nobody redeemed it. Rebbe Lazar holds it, says they retushim, it remains as is, it doesn't go to the Kohanim's, the Kohanim can't use it. Bailam b'Yovel Sheni, now Yovel came and went. Do we just pretend that Yovel never was here? Yovel was never here, and Memela what? Maybe the owner, the original owner, could go redeem it, and it should be Azdei Achuza. Maybe Yovel didn't do anything, nothing happened. Pretend Yovel doesn't exist. A guy was makdish a field, nobody redeemed it. Now the original owner wants to redeem it. It should go back to the original owner completely as a dei achuza. It should go back in his family's possession, never to go to a kohen. Do they turn into just a stranger? And what happens if a stranger buys a field off of the Beis Hamikdash? It's a zdei mikna. It goes back to the Kohanim HaYovel, or not? Toshma.
Or will go back to him. Or the Chuzah and it goes back to him.
Yeah, that's the other side. She goes, well, it's not going back to him, it is by him, but okay, yeah. Toshma. Lo yigal, yochal lo tehei nigela shetei lefonav gizdei mikno. I would think that it's not even as they mikno, right? That's the funny lashon we said in the beginning. Maybe it shouldn't even be as they mikna. In other words, maybe this owner, after Yovel, should have nothing to do with this field. He shouldn't be able to purchase it from the Beis Hamikdash even as a temporary field of Azdei Mikna. We learn from the word oid, the first pshat in the Gemara was oid, that it's not as the chuzah, but for sure the owner can buy it as the mikna. Eimas. When? If you're talking about right before Yovel, the owner has the right to redeem it, and it goes all the way back to him as if nothing ever happened, it's in his family. We're talking about after Yovel. Ulaman, either Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Shimon, according to Rabbi Yehuda, you have to pay money, but it goes to the Kohanim. According to Rabbi Shimon, you don't pay money, it goes for free to the Kohanim. Okay, so over here, the Gemara sticks in a couple of words that we didn't have in the sugi before, just to answer our question. Is the owner considered a bailam, the original owner, or he's considered a acher, a stranger that comes along, and a stranger that comes along and redeems it, it's as they mikna, not as they achuzah. So you see from here that he's just a stranger. But Tizbara, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Shimon, Hay Oid, my dar shebei. Okay, great. You have a great drasha from Oid according to Rabbi Lazar, but the word Oid is extra. And what are Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Shimon going to do with it? We have to come up with something that everybody could agree upon. And what is that? Elohachav ma'askinon case. This case with 6 steps. That what? Besadish yatzel l'kehanim. The guy donated it to the Gizbar, and the Gizbar, somebody else came and redeemed it, and then the Yovel came along, and it went to the Kohanim. And what did the Kohen do? Magdish da. This is where Noam asked this question, but how does the Kohen have it? There's 100 other Kohanim, and this is where I told him there's 100 fields. Vasu b'alam mifrika. Now, after all of that, now the Bailam wants to redeem it. Step number 6. What are you tiny?
No, you don't necessarily need step number 3. Could be no one bought it.
No. No. Okay, but it's going according to everybody. We're talking about according to everybody. This is the oid. Yeah, fine, but it happens to. We have to stick it in that it goes according to Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Shimon, and Rabbi Elazar, everybody. So maybe this bailim in step number 6 the original owner can't do anything. We tell him, get away from here. Everybody in the world could buy besides you.
No, you do need the acher because according to Rabbi Lazar.
Yeah. It has to go according to everybody. Batanya and Araya. Here, the 8-step case. Maybe it should go back to the Gizbar. Who did the coin buy from? The Gizbar. What do you need to say? To the kohen. Because Rachmana lo yigal the leikahadra klal. Because Rachmana lasher kano. Because Rachmana lasher kano. The leikahadra dmei. Avhacha the koyav b'am dmei. In this case, it's 6. He wants to buy it. He's willing to pay for it. Maybe the taking a dayo. Maybe should revert to as the achuzah because Rachmana lo yigal. Because Rachmana lo yigal. But because of oid, havamina lo tifur klal. The guy shouldn't have any business here. Because Rachmana oid the kamosh oisen in gelas. He could buy it, but he doesn't get his original privileges. Fine, that's it. Now we're going back to the sugya. At the end of the day, what does Rabbi Lazar hold? Where does he get his thing from?
Now where does it get? It's a different question now.
Yeah, what's the shaila?
Or the Bailam, the first question on the top.
Yeah. The Bailam is the acher or not a acher? Is the Bailam what happened? The Bailam were Magdish the Sada, and Yovel came and went. Now you're in the second Yovel. Do you have the same? Is he a acher? Is he considered a stranger that bought it, or he has a special privilege? He's the owner, and it's his de'achuzah. Toshma. It's a very good raya. This raya. Rabbi Lazar Omer Ga'ala Ba'olim B'Yovel Sheni Yozel Kan B'Yovel. If the Bailam redeemed it, he's a nothing. He's a acher. So it's a little bit more than a raya. It's mamish mefurish. The only problem is that we have a mefurish brayza that says mefurish the opposite. Okay. We didn't say it like that. The koyanim have no business here. So memelo. Omar lei bailam biyovel sheni ka'acher damu. You're right. The owner is a acher. Once Yovel comes, then there is no more owner. We don't consider the original owner. He's just a regular guy in the street. And if he bought it, great. But he doesn't have schusin that should go back as his de'achuzah. Iked Amri, Rebbe Elazar Omer. B'kitzur, we're not going to have a good pshat here because we have Iked Amri and we have different ways to read it, and there's no mefurish or anything. Iked Amri, Rebbe Elazar Omer, Go'ala b'yovel sheni, Eino yoytza l'kehana b'yovel. It says de achuza. It says mefurish that says de achuza. In our Mishnah itself, it says, so the koyanim don't go in, and the owner, if the owner goes in, until acher, but if the owner himself goes in, then it goes to him. Then it's mamish his. No, can't bring in a raya. Then the owner is still a acher. It's not the bailim that you can't make a deal. If acher buys it, great. But if the bailim buys it, it's even better. It goes. It says the achuza. There is no bailim. A bailim is a acher. Acher and a bailim after yovel is the same.
Something I don't understand. Maybe I'm just stupid.
Whoa! Only one thing you don't understand. That's great. If you understand, if it has to
the process, I don't understand the process. It goes back to him. He doesn't have to be paid out. It goes back to him automatically.
No, we don't know that. According to Elazar, we don't know. We have when? In what case?
If a person sells a Sunday and he doesn't redeem, by yovel it comes back to him.
No, it doesn't. That's as they mikna. As they achuza not. As they achuza. Okay, Rabbi Yisai.
This Ikadam is exactly the opposite.
What?
It's kind of this Ikadam
Yeah.
is exactly the opposite.
Mam is exactly the opposite. No. Hillel asked the question. We have to know this. This is a pasuk. If somebody donates a field to the Beis Hamikdash, then the only way to get it back is if you redeem it. You redeem it, Choymer Soirim, for Beis Kur. If you don't redeem it, then it stays as is. What happens to it? That's the shayla in the Mishnah. Does it go to the kohanim or just stays? To you, it for sure doesn't go back. Stay mikna is different. It's good akdama to this Mishnah. Stay mikna. If I have a field and I sell it to my friend, so that my friend has his day mikna. Now, if I want, I could go to my friend and redeem it from him, get it back from him. After I have to wait 2 years, grace period. Then I go to my friend and I pay him exactly what it's worth on the market. Or I wait patiently until yovel, and then it comes back to me. Says the Mishnah, Halikeach Sodim Me'aviv. You hear the nafkamina? It's the same field. It's the same Sdei Achuzah. One I donated to Hegdish, one I sold to my friend. The one I donated to Hegdish doesn't go back to me. And if somebody else redeems it, it goes back to the Kohanim. And my field comes back to me, no matter what. It always comes back to me if I sell it. Halikeach Sodim Me'aviv. Somebody buys a field from his father. So what did this field become now? As they mikna. A son created as they mikna. Instead of waiting nicely for his father to die, and it'll be as they achuzah, he made as they mikna. He gave his father. His father's one of those guys, and he had to pay his father. You know those guys that take rent from the kids? Yeah. So you want my field? It's fine, no problem. Give me $1 million. I'll sell you my field. Fine, here's $1 million. So now,
I know a father who has rent his kids.
That's the issue. Once the father dies, it turns into Zdei Achuzah. Does it turn into Zdei Achuzah? What happens if he does something before his father dies? For instance, he's magdish it before.
He would have only paid his father for the period up to Yom, the income.
Yeah. Well, every Zdei Mikna is until Yovel. He only bought it until Yovel. Yeah.
Does it now go back to the Kohanim or does it go back to the father?
No, if he took that extra here. Halikeach Sodom Yaviv. So he buys it from his father's this day Mikna until Yovel. Umei Soviv, then his father dies. Now, like Judah pointed out, his father died, so the Chayra, his father just added with his death as the Achuzah property to this property. Then the son, after he already inherited whatever he had to inherit from his father, he was magdish to the Beis Hamikdash. Harek is the Achuzah. So nobody argues. He already has full Zdei Achuzah privileges here, and it's Zdei Achuzah.
So he can buy it back before Yovel, and then everything's fine. He steps into his father's shoes.
Yeah. Well, it might be worse. He might be worse off because what if he doesn't? If he doesn't buy it back, then it's Zdei Achuzah. He doesn't get it back.
Like the
Yeah, but if it remained his day mikna, then it would go back to him maybe.
Doesn't the
But-
father, the Yerusha,
but-
have to pay him back for buying it?
Who? No.
Bought it from his father and now it became
Yeah.
his, so he has to pay himself back for it.
Should pay himself back.
Yeah, because he paid 100 shekel for it, it's 1,000 shekel for it. Now he was Yerush it,
Yeah.
so that 1,000 shekel that he
Nah. We just add whatever privileges or any kind of halachic thing to it, not a money thing. Higdisha v'achkach meis aviv. What happens if he bought the field from his father? Before his father died, he himself was magdish it. Now he's only magdish it until when? Until Yovel. He doesn't have the right to be magdish it forever because it's not his forever. It's only his day mikna. Harehi kis day mikna. Now, if it's his day mikna, Divri Rebbe Meir. Rebbe Meir holds it's only his day mikna. In other words, even though his father died, you don't do any retroactive thing because he already took action before his father died. What's not committed in his day mikna, his day achuza? His day mikna, you have to pay the value. And his day mikna goes back.
Goes to the Kohanim and the Yovel.
Yeah.
The Achuzah.
Well, no, his day mikna goes to him. Goes to him. His day mikna goes to him. We go back to him. And also, there's another little chiddush here, a little trivia that as day mikna, there's no chaimish. If he's goyel, if he himself is goyel, as day mikna, there's no chaimish. The whole halacha that we had the other day of chaimish milabar is zdei achuzah. Hareik is day mikna de Rebbe. Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Shimon oimrim, hareik is day achuzah. No, since his father died afterwards, retroactively. It became Mizdei Achuzah. Shenemar im Mizdei Miknosoi, Asher loy Mizdei Achuzah. What's this extra lashon? It's a very interesting. Anybody that reads the pasuk sees that there's something interesting in this pasuk. If it's Mizdei Mikna, which is not Mizdei Achuzah, okay. If it's Mizdei Mikna, it's automatically not Mizdei Achuzah. So what are these four extra words? Asher loy Mizdei Achuzah. Sada she'eino ruya liyo Mizdei Achuzah. Yazazushi ruya Mizdei Achuzah. So any field that has the ability to become Zdei Achuzah later on cannot be Zdei Mikna de Taina. Which we're going to see in a second that Reb Meir learns the same pasuk but for a different case. Zdei Mikna eina yoytze l'kohana beyovel she'ein oda makdish davar she'ein shaloi. Mefurish Mishnah that Zdei Mikna does not go to the kohanim because like every Zdei Mikna goes back to the original owner, so he cannot sell more than he has. He has, when he buys it, let's say he bought it of his father, or Reuven bought it from Shimon, they only have a koyach until when they have to give it back. The lease is up on Yovel. So you can't be magdish something past your lease. That doesn't work. So in Mela, it doesn't go to the kohanim. HaKoyahanim v'alevim magdishim lo'ilam. The Gemara is going to explain what this means. They could always be magdish. Anybody could always be magdish. The Gemara will explain. This is a chiddush. V'goyelim lo'ilam, that a kohen could always redeem it. So even 2 yovels later, he could come back and redeem it. Bein lefnei yovel, bein lachar yovel. The Gemara explains. Torah Rabbana. Minayin lelekech sodem me'ovev v'igdisha. Our Mishnah. He buys a field from his father, and before his father dies, he's magdish it. V'achakach meis ovev minayin shtei lefonav gizeh achuzah. How do I know that it should go back as a zdei achuzah? Retroactive. Talmud loymar v'im zdei miknosei ashalom zdei achuzah asoi sada shein ruya liyoy sada zdei achuzah yozu shurei zdei achuzah. Mefurish in our Mishnah this whole limud. Dear Rabbi Yehuda Reb Shimon. Remeir oimer minayin the first case. Okay, Remeir uses this pasuk for case number 1, the simple case that I would think is so simple. What's the simple case? That the person wasn't magdishit. A person bought a field from his father, then his father dies. Anyways, I would be yoirish this field. I was just thinking, unbelievable news. Yeah, Ishkoyach. Yeah, you yoirish this field, and then he's magdishit. But he already has all the schusim in the field. He already got whatever he needed. That it's the regular. He needs a pasuk for this. Remeir says, I need a pasuk. Why? Unbelievable. In other words, Reb Shimon and Reb Yehuda both say you don't need a pasuk for such a simple case. He bought a field from his father. Pretend he didn't buy it from his father. He got to be Yerusha a minute later. Who cares if he bought it? What does buying ruin it? Buying doesn't do anything. Says the Gemara, yeah, I'll explain to you why buying ruins it. Le'em ba'alkam miflagi. The Remeir Savar Kinyan Peris Kinyan Agufdami. When the son bought the field from his father for the produce, he actually bought everything. He bought the whole goof of the field. So then when his father died, what did he yarshin from his father? 0. He already owned everything. He owned the fruit, he owned the land. So his father died, his father didn't add anything to what he owned. So how could his father insert his de'achuz in here? But if the son bought fruit and had nothing there, he didn't own the land, he didn't have any rights to go down into the ground, he owned fruits. So when the father died, his father added something. He added the whole field, the whole property, the whole value, everything is there. So with that comes his de'achuzah. And Mela, that's why Remeir holds that in the first case, the very simple case, where a son buys a field from a father, so Memela, even though his father died and then he was magdashit, the father didn't make it as de'achuzah for him. He already owned everything. That's why I need a special pasuk to say that even in that case, it's his de'achuzah. It remains his de'achuzah. The Remeir Sava Kinyan Peris Kinyan Agufdami. Review the Rebbe Shimon Savi Kinyan Peris Lav Kinyan. Just real quickly, Rav Nachman Yitzchak Ba'amal Rebbe Shimon review the Kinyan Peris Kinyan Agufdami. No, L'maisa says Rav Nachman. Everybody agrees to this concept. Kinyan Peris Kinyan Agufdami. And Memela, I would need a pasuk even for the first case. They learned it from different. Inami ashlo is de'achuzah. My mizde'achuzah. So what's this mem? Mizde from the sodashein really is de'achuzah. Yosef zusha really is de'achuzah. In other words, everybody agrees they need a pasuk because kinyan peres kinyan guf. Just review that and say that we're going to learn from this pasuk in both cases. In both cases, no matter what, if the father died first, the father died second, it always remains as de'achuzah. Have a good Shabbos, 6:30 in Bnei